Hello friends and froggies, I'm Emily Gordon of Tiny Pandora's Be Seen, Be Known design team. Today we are going to make Tiny Cthulhu. For this project you'll need 3 colors of clay, one for the body, one for the heart, and one for the eyes. I used an eye cane rather than a single color. For an elder god of approximately 2 inches tall, half a block of clay will do. You can also use beads or glass. I love the glossy look of resin, but I don't like the fuss of mixing, and with my small projects I only need tiny amounts at one time. Deep shine makes it easier to put on those finishing touches, and it's more durable than brush-on air-dry glazes that I've used. Create 2 equally sized pieces for legs, arms, and wings. I use slightly more clay for the arms than for the wings, and a little bit more than that for the legs. The smallest pieces will be tentacles. Form a round ball of foil for the head and a smaller tapered piece for the body. Gently roll them on a hard surface to smooth out pointy bits. Roll out some clay on the thickest setting of your pasta machine. This is thick enough to reduce the risk of any foil poking through and provides a sturdy monster once it's cured. Wrap a single layer of clay around your armature, leaving some at the base for a tail, and smooth the edges. The heart adds weight to the front of the piece, so you may want to help him lean back a little at this point. Make him some legs with your largest pieces of clay. I flatten one side for the bottom and flatten another side to attach to the body and leave the top edge round. For arms, lengthen your pieces into noodles and gently pinch the edges. This will help it attach better to the body and the heart. For the wings, form 2 thin, small triangles. We'll do a little bit more work with these later. Shape your tentacles into teardrops and flatten one side. Eyewitness accounts vary in report of how many tentacles Cthulhu actually has, but I went with 3, the middle one a little bit larger than the other 2. These will create some fairly small tentacles, but you can choose any size you like. Longer tentacles will also be good if you want to have them wrapping around the heart we'll make later. Choose your tentacle placement and begin to smooth your pieces onto the head. I don't do too much work on the sides of the middle tentacle since that won't be seen. Attach your remaining tentacles and blend the top and sides. Here's the part where I like to give a little curl to his tentacles to give him some personality. Another thing I like to do is go over the tentacles with a silicone blending tool. The small gaps between tentacles can be difficult to smooth out and shape with fingers. This is the part of the project where I start to get a little excited. It doesn't just look like a blob of clay anymore, it's starting to look like a creature. Now take your beads, your solid color clay, or your eye cane, whatever you've chosen, and choose placement on your head. You'll want to start out just gently putting them in place so that you can eyeball symmetry. This looks good. Go ahead and press them into the clay. This is another reason I like to start with the thickest setting on your clay when you create the shape of the body. It gives you a lot of give so that you can securely press in the eyes and they'll stay put. If you feel like that's not secure enough, you can add a dot of liquid Sculpey or Bacon Bond to the back of the eyes before pressing them into the soft clay of the head. Now take the legs that you've already shaped and attach them to the body. Make sure there's good contact with the legs and the body, and when you place it on a flat surface, make sure he doesn't wobble. Take a small piece of a contrasting color, pinch one end, flatten the other, and divide it in the middle to create your heart. I like mica clays for this because you get quite a lot of depth and shine when you use the gloss to finish your piece. There are a few options for securing your heart to your monster. In this case, I chose pre-baking the heart. This helps the heart keep its shape when you press it into the body. Another option is to skewer the body with a toothpick and have that embedded into the heart to help support it. Now attach your arms. You'll see that tapering on each end makes it easier to attach. They're less bulky and easier to flex. If the arms don't seem to want to stick to the heart, you can use a dot of liquid Sculpey or Bacon Bond to help them adhere. Make sure that you have good contact between the arms and the body and the arms and the heart. Your last pieces to attach here will be the wings. Take the triangles that you created earlier and pinch one corner to thin it out. Use the needle tool to create some texture for the outside of the wings. Create a second wing, ensuring that they are a mirror image of each other. Take the thin part of the wing and attach it on the back, and do the same with the other wing. Make sure that you have good contact from the wing and the back of the body, from wing to wing, and I'll even push the wing up against the back of the head for more contact. The more contact you have with the details of your piece, the sturdier it's going to be once you have it cured. The last step for giving him some personality is giving that tail a little bit of a curl. Once I'm happy with the overall shape, I'll give the piece a final smooth. Before popping in the oven, give him a little vent. This will allow hot air in the foil to escape. You can create a brace for curing to help the heart stay in place. Cure according to manufacturer's directions, and you're ready for your final step, the deep shine brush on UV finish. You'll want a small soft brush to avoid streaks, and make sure that you don't have too much on the brush. Use smooth, even brush strokes. Make sure that you get all areas of the surfaces that you want to be glossy. I like to do the eyes and the heart for this particular creature. Finishing mica clay with deep shine gives it a depth and glow that you just don't get with clay on its own, and frankly I'm too lazy to buff and sand. It's also not really easy to buff and sand three-dimensional shapes like this. You'll want to make sure that your layer of deep shine is thin to avoid pooling, but you can cure and add more layers if you want more shine. Cure under the UV light for 3 minutes per layer, and you're done. I'm so happy to share this project with you, and I look forward to doing more as we continue 2019 and Tiny Pandora's Be Seen, Be Known design team.